to Source BMX. I'm here in Waldo, Florida with one of the meanest street tables in the game and X Games real BMX silver medalist, Brett Silva. Today, we're gonna take a look at his Sunday Soundwave build. All right, Brett, you're riding the Sunday Soundwave frame, fairly responsive geometry, 75-degree head tube, 13.2 to 13.5 rear end. What do you like about this frame and why do you choose this more responsive geometry?
I've been riding this frame for pretty much as long as I've been on Sunday, like 8 years, and it's always been super reliable. It feels good for everything. You can ride jumps, you can do manuals, it's like good for nose manuals if you do that kind of stuff. It just feels like an all-around good frame for someone that wants to ride anything.
All right, so just well-rounded, and
yeah.
Does it help you snap the tables like no others? Does it help?
I think so.
All right. All right, Brett. One of the things that stands out to me about the Sunday frames in general is the wave tubing. Explain what goes into this technology and how does it resist kind of denting and fatigue of the frame?
So basically, the wave tubing, if you were to stretch this out into like a flat piece of metal, there's more metal to weld there.
Okay.
So like when the wave goes in, you're gaining like so much more weld as on the radius, or
that makes sense.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Sense, yeah.
And then it also is dent resistant because instead of it being like one big oval, it's got like a bunch of small, really like sturdy ones.
Yeah. So once you get a dent in your frame, it kind of weakens the frame, but this is going to resist that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Brett, you have your own signature Sunday bar, the Brett bar.
Yep.
9.25 rise, a little bit narrower width for a bar normally this height at 27.5. What went into the design process of this bar and why do you choose these specs?
I just wanted a bar that was like a happy medium. I've ridden everything from 7-inch bars to 10-inch bars, and I just decided, I was like, I want something that feels good, isn't too, I'm not too hunched over, I'm not up like this, and I felt like 925 was the perfect happy medium. And then I always have cut my bars my whole life because I do a lot of bar spins and stuff like that. And yeah, 27.5 just seemed right. And
so it's going to save people that hassle of having to trim their bars. It's already right where you want it.
Yep, exactly.
You're not going to clip your knees when you're spinning the bars.
Nope.
You're good to go.
Yeah.
All right, we've got the Brock Rayford Dark Wave forks. Clean, seamless, tapered design with a 28mm offset. Seems like that perfect medium between responsive yet stable.
Yep.
What do we need to know about these forks?
You said it. Responsive, stable. I like everything on my bike to just be kind of like an in-between. So that's how it is. I love the dimensions. They've held up really great. They're badass.
And how about the tapered legs? They kind of help from any drag during grinds, things like that?
I think so.
Yeah, you think so?
I'm not the biggest grinder guy,
No?
so.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're not worried about that.
I don't know, I guess I never thought about it.
Well, you didn't have to think about it because the fork is so well designed.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we've got the Odyssey Tom Dugan stem, 51mm reach, 28mm rise. What makes this stem comfortable for you and why do you trust it to keep your Sunday Brett bars in place?
Oh man, it's got these mean, they're like real steel bolts on them. Some people use like those like aluminum, or I don't even know what they are, alloy.
Okay.
But these ones are like, they got big 6mm like bolts that go on there. And that's what I love about the Odyssey stems, is it feels like you can really crank it down and you're not snapping that thing.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and I don't know, this is like Empire did a 20-year anniversary stem, and I didn't even really know which stem it was. But I was like, yep, let me get that, and now I've had it for so long because I love the little logo on it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna keep it on.
Cool. No, it makes sense to me. Like, dude's jumping off roofs and stuff all the time. He's gonna want some sturdy 6mm bolts to keep the bars in place.
Yep, exactly.
Let's talk about your drivetrain, Brett. You've got the Odyssey Thunderbolt cranks. I love the clean two-piece design. You've got the Sunday Knox sprocket, and you've got the classic Odyssey PC Pro pedals. Break down this whole setup for us. What size cranks you running? What size sprocket? Go.
I got, Sunday Knox V2 sprocket. I used to run 28 tooth for a long time, and then just like a couple years ago, I went back down to 25 tooth, which that's what this is, because I found myself riding like a lot of setups where like the rail's right there, and I needed to like really get a crank in. And so sometimes I want to be on the 28 tooth so I can not have to pedal as fast, but it does really help with the quick start type stuff.
Short run ups.
Yeah, and then I'm on 165 cranks, a little bit shorter. I think they feel really good for like manuals and spins and stuff like that. You're kind of like more centered over the bike. And then yeah, the pedals, I'm weird with pedals. I always want like maximum grip. So I actually switch out pedals a lot. Okay. Because I want like my pins to all be there at all times.
Got you. So you keep them new, so you could good turnover, but they're reasonably priced, so you can just kind of keep rotating them if you want new colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, Brett, let's take a look at your seat setup. You've got the Sunday badge seat.
Yep.
And you've got something pretty unusual on this setup. You have a quick release clamp. Ooh. So break down this setup for us. How important is your seat shape and your seat height?
All right. Normally when I'm riding, I want like a fist and a half of seat post. Okay. Because that feels good to do bar spins. You can still do tail whips, but I like to feel something in between my knees a little bit. Just makes me feel more comfortable on the bike. But I just recently got the Sunday quick release clamp, and it's the best. You can, if your buddies are like a mile away or something, you're like, yeah, no worries, just sit down, pedal right over there. Right. It's the best, I love it.
So that's not for like tossing double bars or suicide no-handers, that's for just getting around town comfortably and casually.
Yeah.
All right, I like it.
Yep.
Sunday quick release clamp, very convenient. I used to have a quick release when I was young, but that was just, I would crank it up when I wanted to huck double bar spins.
Yep.
And Brett, while we're on the seats here, I just noticed recently there was a Brett bleach seat. Let's give you a chance to plug this new seat you just had come out.
Okay, so yeah, I got the Brett bleach seat. I believe that they sold out so fast, I actually don't have one on my bike right now.
They're still available at sourcebmx.
Oh man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What went into that? Tell us about that seat and how that all went out.
So yeah, Sunday hit me up, was like, want to do a seat? Do you have any ideas? And I was like, at the time, I was like bleach dyeing a bunch of my shirts. And I was like, well, what if we just get a black canvas seat and splatter bleach all over it? And they were like, well, sounds cool. So they actually ordered like a bunch of this like canvas and got it delivered to Austin. And me and Jim Bauer went to his house and just spent the whole day doing bleach splatters on it. So we actually bleached it ourselves and then sent it back out to get wrapped over the seat.
So if you have a Brett bleach seat, it was actually handmade by you.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And one of a kind. Each one's one of a kind.
Yeah, everyone is different.
Amazing.
Some of them even might have like a little bee in it or something.
Okay, sick.
Yeah.
So sick.
Yeah.
All right, we have the G-Sport rib cage rims. These things are made out of high strength aluminum, reinforced spoke holes. I noticed you do some pretty gnarly drops. How do these rims hold up?
They hold up great. I've been riding these for like, I don't know, 5 years now. And not these exact rims, but you know, I just keep getting the same wheel sets. What I like about them is that you can order them as a complete wheel. And I love the hub, the G-Sport rollaway hub. It can be right-hand drive or left-hand drive. It's super easy. You just take it apart and like twist some stuff around, put it back in. And yeah, that's the main reason why I was getting them. I was like, oh, you got like complete wheels already built. I like these rims. And so when I'm ordering like new bikes and stuff, that's the way I go. I just ask for a couple of these and they last a long time and I love them.
So it's a super convenient and super versatile wheel set. You right out of the box,
yep.
You have something quality, something durable, something the pros are riding, and right-hand drive, left-hand drive, so not a lot of thinking.
Yep, yeah. They come with hub guards. It's everything you can ask for.
Everything you need in one shot. All right, and what about the rollaway hub? It's a cassette hub, right?
Yep.
So why do you choose to ride a cassette over a coaster hub?
Just the same reason that I like to ride the 25 tooth. Like I want something that like right off the bat, if I need to charge at something, I don't have any slack or anything I got to think about like that. Like sometimes I just want to be like, go.
You want that instant power.
Yeah, and it just feels a little bit better. And I also too, like I do a lot of manual to tricks, and I know it's frowned upon, but I give it a nice kick, you know, sometimes. Get a little extra pop.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's why I like cassette.
It's okay with me. All right, let's talk about your pegs, Brett. You're riding the Sunday Sealy pegs. They have a lightweight aluminum core. Why do you prefer the aluminum core, and what size are you running?
These are 425s.
Okay.
And I've just always got these pegs. Jake Sealy's my boy. I want to ride his part.
All right.
And yeah, the aluminum has held up really nice for me. Like I said, I'm not going out and grinding stuff every day, so I think aluminum is fine for me personally.
Yeah.
If I was someone that like strictly rode rails and ledges, I would probably maybe have the chromoly inserts just for longer lasting. But these are great.
So it's great to have the benefit of saving that weight since you're not super hard on your pegs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, Brett, you've got the Odyssey Travis Hughes grips here. You've got 2 different Sunday tires going on. Why the mismatch, and what do you like about this rubber setup?
So I got the Street Sweeper tire in the back. It's Jake Sealy's signature tire, 2.4. I don't know, sometimes I switch it up. Sometimes I'll ride 2 of these. This is the Sunday Current tire.
Okay.
Or sometimes I'll ride 2 of these. But you know, since we're coming to Swamp Fest and it's a little dusty out here, I wanted to have something a little more grippy in the front so I wouldn't wash out. And yeah,
a little more traction up front.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Travis Hughes Odyssey grips, they're like a super soft compound and they're pretty long. I like my grips to come into my bars a tiny bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just seems like the perfect option.
Like a nice long rib pattern. Super comfortable.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, Brett, you mentioned you're running the size 2.4. Also, what type of air pressure do you run?
I run 60 PSI,
Okay.
front and back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, middle of the road.
Yeah, because I land pretty hard a lot and I want something that still has some bounce, but if I'm charging at something, I don't want it to wash out at the same time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Makes perfect sense. That perfect balance between like feeling kind of softer on bigger street gaps, but also not folding over in a bowl corner.
Yep.
All right, Brett, thanks for sharing your Sunday build with Source BMX today. Make sure to go on the Source Bike Builder. There you can get pricing, specs, and availability on everything Brett is riding. sourcebmx.com.
Thanks, homie.